I'm in the Porsche, yeah. Right. We'll ride this one out. Right. Let me put my St. Louis hat on. Yeah. See, I'm a St. Louis nigga, a money gon' getter. Don't matter how I look because the money gon' get her. I'm the same little nigga, a U City nigga, a half a order fried rice, St. Paul nigga. I'm a emos eating nigga, a White Castle nigga, a dice shooting, got my no space playing nigga. All my north side niggas, my east side niggas, my west side, south side, 305 niggas. I keep St. Louis on my back, St. Louis on my hat, St. Louis on my tat. So how real is that? I got a St. Louis address, St. Louis assets, St. Louis clubbing where the St. Louis asset, St. Louis ways in my St. Louis J's, called a St. Louis case in my St. Louis days. Now I'm international, St. Louis with a St. Louis swag, getting St. Louis paid. See, I'm a St. Louis nigga, a money gon' get her. Don't matter how the money gon' get her. I'm the same.
We back up in this motherfucker one more again. Shout out to all the motherfuckers Hillsdale representing 68th Street. Shout out to all the niggas that jumped in, jumped out, got away with it. All the motherfuckers from Hillsdale, this is what we do. We cut from the same cloth and you other motherfuckers not, because they stopped making our fabric. We in this bitch one more time for you and me, you and yours. This is the Thursday morning recap week motherfucking 4 outside of division people. This is where it's at. This is what we doing. Shout out to my co-host who's named himself The Talent. I don't know why, but give it to him. Roy from the Rankins Crew. One time, Roy from the Rankins Crew, people.
Duval. Should I say Duval? I want to give a shout out, big shout out to the homie Chibo Burgers, Norm Zennin. Get well soon. We all say a little prayer for the big Chibo.
Chibo Burgers, shout out to Chibo motherfucking Burgers, 68th Street original. So we got I want to say R.I.P. to Aunt Tony. Aunt Tony was a love family member that went home, gone to glory, and shout out to Aunt Tony. We're gonna get into these sponsors. Sponsors, we got we got 5026 on Broadway, owned and operated by our very own El Patron. Go down there for all your liquor needs. That's where I get my shit. Then you got Big L DJ services going in, going out. Won your divorce, lost your divorce. Bucket, go holler for weddings, bar mitzvahs. He got you for all that good shit. Big L DJ services. Then you got BC Plumbers, owned and operated by the homie Anthony Clark, aka Lil Petey.
Hey, fuck Lil Petey, but he do got a special for all the LBTQJ community. Yeah, he wants you to come out, you know what I'm saying? He got 20% off, because that's what Lil Petey do.
Fuck nah. Hey, shout out to Lil Petey. That's the motherfucking Roy out here shooting shots. But shout out to the homie Lil Petey. And last but not least, Jenkins Lawn Services. Holler in for all your lawn care needs. We gonna jump into these stand-ins real quick, because these stand-ins are definitely interesting. We got the top 4. You got Chibo Burgers ranked number 1 in the South. Shout out to Chibo Burgers. New York City Matrix still number 1 out in that North. Hurricane Walker the only undefeated we got left, number 1 in that West. And Sparks Bucks, the AKA Lord Hate, is number 1 in the East. So you got, again, 1, you got Chibo Burgers. 2, you got Hurricane Walker 3-0. You got Chibo Burgers number 2. Sparks Bucks number 3. New York City Matrix at number 4. Team Commission 5. Gronk 6. Cheese the Don 7. And People's Champ at 8. The rest of you niggas don't deserve your name mentioned. Get your weight up. As far as the scoring champs and positions go, number 1 in all the land in scoring, you got Team Commish. Shout out to Team Motherfucking Commish. 733. It's a 29-point difference between 1 and 2. Hurricane Walker at 2. World Boss. The World Lost at number 3. U City Lions at 4. Gronk 6. El Patron 7. Chibo Burgers 8. And Sparks Bucks rounding out the top at 9. You got 8. Cheese 9. Ass Kickers at 10. New North Side is 11. Missouri Kings, New York City Matrix, People's Champ, Broad Street Bullyfoots, and last in standings and last in our heart is the Black motherfucking Republicans. So shout out to these scoring niggas.
So you went through the whole scoring thing just so you could throw your shot at Black Republicans. You never went through. You always stop at 8. But I noticed today you wanted to go from all the way from 1 to 16 just so you could throw a shot at the Black Republicans.
That was not to just throw a shot. That is basically letting motherfuckers know where they at. Because at the end of the day, no matter what, you still Wilson.
Is this something new you did? Is this something new you trying, or you just wanted to do the whole league? Because you never do. You stopped at the standings at 8. The rest of y'all motherfuckers don't mean me mention. But we go to scoring because you want to throw a shot. You go all the way down. Everybody need to be mentioned on scoring.
I'm sorry, my facts aren't funny.
It's not about facts. I'm questioning your motives.
There are no ulterior motives. That's just
it is. You stopped at 8 of standings. Why is the standings less important than the scoring?
Because it lets everybody know where they at.
They know where they at in the standings. But I guess if you ain't in the top 8 in the standings, nobody give a fuck. But in scoring, we got to do the whole goddamn thing. You couldn't stop at the top 8 in scoring. You had to go all the way down the list.
That's the beauty of being me. My platform, my show. I said, what the fuck?
So this is your way to get back at him in your little war. This is clearly a war.
Ain't nobody gonna do this. There is no war.
This is clearly how you try to get your get back in times of war.
Sir,
you didn't want to mention the records because the records would have said that you wanted to, he wanted to.
Okay,
you guys are.
Yep. In record. Anyway, so we're going to talk about this week in motherfucking the league. Anything happened interesting this week in the league? What we got going on in the league? So this week,
the league is the league. There's nobody knows exactly where they are. If you've seen the rankings, you got the champ. He's number 1. And then you got a cluster. You got 14 teams ranked 8 or 9. And then you got one team ranked 16. So it's got the rankings went 1, 8, 9, 16. Those were the 4 rankings for the league. So nobody knows exactly anything just yet.
You know exactly where you are because numbers don't lie. They are what they are. This week in the league, nothing really jumped out this week. No trades, nothing went down seriously in the league. I know Roy's still out there peddling his 2027 first round picks, and he gonna go ahead. He gonna take somebody and take their ass.
Nobody is trying to trade anything. That'd be like me saying you are nervous about McConkey, Coleman, and Downs. Is that true?
No.
It's an assumption. It's a dumb assumption to make, huh? No. Just like you saying that I'm trying to peddle 5 first-round picks. That's ridiculous assumption to make.
You're going to look at the people dead in their eye and tell them that you ain't been out here peddling and doing shameless plugs on this show and in the chat room. And shout out to everybody in the chat room.
As a good GM, you check the temperature of teams. I'll ask people.
That's what the temperature. They also check the temperature when they stick a thumb in your ass.
I'll ask teams who's available. And if there's nobody available, that's fine. That's just me doing my job. Again, I can look at your starting lineup and say, are you nervous about McConkey? Are you nervous about Coleman? Are you nervous about Downs? You got this Malik Washington in the lineup. Nobody even ever heard of this guy, but you seem to have confidence in him based off what?
Based off the fact that he has a great match.
He never even scored over 11 points.
He has a great matchup. Keon Coleman doesn't have a great matchup.
Against the Jets?
Yes.
Keon Coleman don't have a good matchup against the worst defense in the league, the Saints. No, that's you know what that tells me? nervousness.
Nah.
The Jets is a pretty decent defense. The Saints is the worst defense in the league, but you trying to put it off there. You don't have a good matchup. No, it sounds like you're nervous. Like Coleman ain't that guy. You want to get rid of him? Yeah, I got 5 picks.
Again, shameless plug. This motherfucker.
Oh, you see how mine's a shameless plug, but I got some legs behind this Coleman getting benched against the worst.
You ain't got no legs behind Coleman doing
the worst
shit.
defense in the league, and he gets benched against the worst defense in the league. So when is he ever gonna play?
You coach your team how you coach your team. I coach mine how I coach mine.
Man, we can get into it when we get the matchup because that's.
Listen,
I think I just exposed.
I'm gonna go ahead and explore this a little bit because we're gonna talk about a lot of people. We're gonna start with Keon Coleman, but we're gonna start with people that aren't showing up and showing out.
Here we go.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Damn. You wanted to go down this alley, so I'm going down this alley. Keon Coleman this year, outside of week 1, has been a slight disappointment. I thought he was going to come back and do better numbers, and shit ain't working out. Now, I like Malik Washington, and you say nobody ever heard of him. I have. I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, I think dude gonna have a good game, and at the end of the day, it's a lot of time between now and Sunday, so things change. Shit happens. So at the end of the day, as of right now, that's the way it looks. But I am going up against the champ this week, so you got to go out there and make sure you put, because the only good move is the what?
There's a right move. So
quote by the great Roy from the Rankins crew. So if Roy from the Rankins crew is going to stand by his words. If this works out and we revisit this on Monday, what are you going? We'll revisit it then. We'll talk about it then. Ain't nothing. Then you got a couple of more people. Hampton had a good week last week, so he's starting to come on, but he was starting to get a little worrisome. Scatbo and Junkins are looking to be the premier running backs out of this draft class. Junkins in limited practice, limited time at the facility, he's really coming on. Hampton, he had his thing last week, but Scatbo, with Tracy going down and his explosiveness, I called it on this show, people. I told you, people, Scatbo was going to be that nigga. By this motherfucker over here, I got called crazy, this, that, and the other. But I'll say this, it was said the same thing about Lamar Jackson. It was said the same thing about Hurts. It was said the same thing about Ladd. It was said the same thing about a bunch of motherfuckers. So at the end of the day, Scatbo, I got faith in you, nigga. I think you're going to go out there and do your thing. Lastly, the number 1 overall pick. I want you to tell us what you think, and I'll finish out. So the number 1 overall pick, Genty, is he having number 1 overall pick season through 3 weeks?
No. Look at that, just tickles your fancy. Because again, that's Wilson's guy. You ready to go in on him?
I'm not going in. I asked you your shit. I asked you a direct question. Has he been performing?
Listen, the Raiders are trash. If you're a Raiders fan, the Raiders are trash and you know it. So it's not like I'm telling you nothing. There's no secret. I mean, we don't have any Raiders fans on this show tonight. But if you watching and you a Raiders fan, a real Raiders fan, and not just somebody who tried to jump on the bandwagon when they was good 3 years ago, if you a real Raiders fan and die hard with them, you know your team trash. You know Genty has, on this 47 carries, he's been hitting the backfield 27 times before he make the line of scrimmage. That's pathetic. It's just.
So I just want to make sure, for the record, we're blaming the lack of success of the number 1 overall pick on the organization, the line.
Yeah. You know who it reminds me of?
Oh, please.
Saquon Barkley. Because I remember people look at Saquon Barkley. Oh, Saquon Barkley ain't hit. Saquon Barkley trash. I would have never gave up nothing for Saquon Barkley. Then he goes to the Eagles, and I was wrong about Saquon Barkley. And what changed? What changed? The organization, the lack of people around him. You can't do everything in this league by yourself. You need good players around you.
Well, I will say, and again, they will say this is the shot. I will just say what it is. This is the second #1 overall pick that is starting to go down a very dark alley. And the journey of 1,000 miles begins.
Starts with 3 weeks. You ready to put that? You ready to put that evil on him?
Remember,
after 3 weeks,
I was a Genty fan too.
Was.
But the only complaint that I said was dude went to Boise. Dude wasn't playing Texas Tech, TCU, Oklahoma. He was playing Appalachian State, Vermont, New Hampshire.
What that mean?
It's the same argument I had about.
So you think if Scatbo was there, he'd be putting up the #1 thing with the Raiders?
Look what he doing with the New York Giants offensive line.
Well, he had 60 yards, and he caught a bunch of passes in the game where they wasn't even competitive in. Was they competitive in that game?
No.
They what?
No.
Let's see him in a competitive game. Let's see how he does when they actually.
You haven't seen a good enough sample size of Scatbo yet.
No, we've seen one game. That's the sample size you need. So one game is the sample size you need because you was ready.
I was a fan of him
coming in this same argument about Hampton through 2 weeks. Then he finally had his game, and now you like, I'll back off. But you was
I have to back off because he's showing improving.
It's 3 weeks.
Okay.
It's 3 weeks. You'll be ready to kill these You'll be ready to kill these rookies, except for your guy. Like Coleman should be traded. Trollman should have been traded for a bag of nickels. But since he's your guy, we're not gonna trade him. We're gonna give him. I didn't say that.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion about another nigga squad.
Get rid of these guys that you got, McConkey.
How many times? How many?
McConkey? Because it's time for him to go.
How many times have I traded a motherfucker on the team that wasn't producing and I just dropped him? Tank Bigsby. Tank Bigsby is a definite. I drafted Tank Bigsby.
Okay.
Drafted him.
And you gave up on him.
And I gave up on him.
Okay.
I drafted Kamani Vidal. Gave up on him. My point of the matter is, if they don't produce, I've shown improved on my record. If I feel they're not producing, they're not a good fit for my team, I get rid of them. I take the loss and I move on.
Why is Coleman still there?
Because I still believe in him. And everybody's entitled to believe who they want to on their squad. I'm not knocking it, but as of right now, the numbers show that certain people
should be traded because you shouldn't want them no more. Okay. Send them this way. I got a bag of nickels for the underperform because I don't want to pay top dollar for somebody that's underperforming. The only reason you trading them for is because he's underperforming. Might as well send McConkey too.
Might as well.
Because that little picture that was going around that Lennox posted in the chat room and all that, you posted that on Monday, right after the game. That's how disappointed you was in McConkey. I sees everything. You posted that first. You might not. Lennox might come in, throw his little picture of his like he taking credit, but Monday morning 5:00, you had already posted that because he was disappointed. So go ahead. You don't want to make these moves, do you? It's too early. You want to give it time, let it marinate.
I've never said don't get that. Did I ever once say that Lennox should give up on Hampton, Brandon should give up on Harvey?
That's what I'm saying. It's too early for us to be making any type of definitive judgment on any of these rookies. It's
I
just
never,
too early.
I never said a definitive judgment. I'm simply reporting the numbers, and you have to agree with the numbers. I asked you a direct question: is he performing like the number one overall pick? You had to say no. So, with that being said, this isn't hate. This is just simply me reporting the numbers, reporting it how it is. And I'm sorry if my facts make niggas pussy hurt.
Ain't nobody make pussy hurt. It's just the things that you try to run on. It's like you try to run with it and try to run hard on it, to make it a thing. It's not a thing. It's only
It's
been
not a
3
thing
weeks.
until it becomes a thing. It wasn't
It's
a
not
thing.
a thing, but it's
It was.
not a thing. And you trying to make it a.
It
It's
wasn't
not
a
a
thing when I ain't even gonna mention CH and Cam Akers and Higby and the rest of them niggas and Ruggs. It wasn't a thing then until it became a thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and just get into these games because I already see you want some bullshit and want to.
Let me ask you this:
Yes,
is
sir.
so Lloyd,
Mm-hmm.
McDowell,
Mm-hmm.
Coleman,
Mm-hmm.
McConkey,
Mm-hmm.
even May, is that a thing, or we should kind of chill because they
No, if you see
it's
something
a thing.
different and you want to talk about the numbers, and you see something different with your eye, speak on it, my nigga. I'm not saying that this is why I don't argue opinions. I try to
Nah,
argue facts. I don't
man,
argue. You can't argue a motherfucker
yeah,
opinion.
you can. Yeah, you can. You can't argue facts. You can't argue opinions. Opinions have been wrong.
Yes,
So take
but that's why I don't try to debate.
that dumbass logic you try to use. You can't argue opinions. You
I'm
can't
saying
really argue
I
facts.
don't argue opinions. You
That's the
can't
whole
argue
point of
facts.
arguing. That's the whole point of arguing is you argue an opinion. That's
At
the
the
whole
end of the
point.
day, my facts
If
say
my opinion is Scatbo ain't gonna be good, and your opinion is he is gonna be good, that's why you argue about it.
what the one nigga say. The dead nigga prove me wrong. That's all
Now,
I'm saying. Hey, nigga,
let's
I'm
get
finna go
into
ahead and talk
let's get
directly to you,
into
nigga. I'm gonna talk directly
get
to
into
all
these
y'all
games.
motherfuckers.
It
I'm,
seems like you're trying to settle some scores because right now it's even.
listen here,
One,
people. I am
one
going
and
to take the
two
mic. I'm going to take the
versus
camera.
one
This
and
right
two.
here is not the bullshit that he over there stressing. This is me telling you the numbers. And I'm sorry if numbers make niggas pussy hurt. The reality is the numbers are the numbers, and the numbers are what they are. So all I'm saying is get better. Make me prove me wrong. Ain't that what y'all boy out there say? Prove me wrong. So prove me wrong, nigga. That's all I'm saying.
1 and 2 is 1 and 2, and if y'all both 1 and 2, like y'all neck to neck, I can't tell who winning. He not looking at the back of your head. You're not looking at the
Yeah,
back of
he
his
is
head.
because who's
No, he
last in
not.
scoring?
No, he
Who's
not.
last
No,
in
he not. We
scoring?
got to bring scoring into this conversation when we talking
Oh, why
about
not?
record.
Aren't those facts?
Is
Ain't
it
bragging
facts?
rights facts?
Let me tell you this. Let me ask you this. Where did you finish last year in scoring? You was a bottom 9 team in scoring. Where did you finish overall?
4.
So did scoring matter that you was 4th overall? Did scoring matter then? That you finished 4th overall? That you was 2nd the whole I was number 2 the whole year. But in scoring, you was a bottom 9 team. Did it matter? Did it matter? So let's not go. Let's not bring scoring into this conversation when we talking 1 and 2, and y'all on the same level.
We can bring scoring in. You can bring
But y'all
scoring
on
in.
the same level.
So at the end of the
Y'all on
day,
the same level. And last year, scoring didn't stop you from being 4th overall, number 2 throughout the whole year. I'm number 2 throughout the whole year. And why was you number 2? Because of your record.
because I was ranked number. Those the facts were the facts.
Was it because of scoring? What did scoring make you number 2?
Mm-mm.
Was it your record?
Mm-hmm.
So when we talking 1 and 2 versus 1 and 2, y'all on
You
the same
talking
level.
1 and 2. I was talking scoring. But at the end of the day, all things can.
That's fine. you can talk whatever you want, but when you trying to tell me y'all ain't on the same level when y'all both
Did I ever say that? Did I ever say that?
That's a lie.
Did I ever say that?
You just did.
I never said we weren't on the same level.
You tried to tell me. You just tried to tell me in scoring I'm better. No, y'all both 1 and 2. Right.
It's funny how you can use this argument with me, but you never use the same argument with like Lennox. Lennox go out there and say, "Shit, I'm number 2 in scoring and this number 3 in scoring," but you still got the same record as me. So we all even. So Wilson, World Boss, and the Ass Kickers, and Missouri Kings, we all even.
Let me tell you something.
Are we all even? No. Before you go into tell me something, are we all even?
Y'all all even, but we was talking about you and Wilson, and I don't get involved in other niggas' conversations.
You are a fucking lie. You stay in niggas. You know what? I'm finna get into these games. I done spent enough time arguing with your dumb ass about this shit. Hey, if you ain't got one, get you one. All you motherfuckers that don't, y'all some pussies. Cause nigga, I got one and you ain't got one with your dog ass. All the niggas that don't. I ain't talking to nobody in particular. I'm talking to all the niggas that don't. Anyway, we gonna get into it. Who you want to start with? Dealer's choice. Dealer's choice. Where you want to start? The east, the north, the south? Where you want to go?
Let me look. Let me check real quick to see what we gonna name as our game of the week.
Game of the week, I honestly think it should be and could be
Ass Kickers against
the champion.
Hurricane Walker.
Okay, we're gonna start out here in the east. The Ass Kickers versus Hurricane Walker, the 3-0, number 1 overall team in all the land. Second, third in scoring, something like that. You got 3-0, the last undefeated, projected hit 235. Josh Allen, Jamar Gibbs, and Cook. Great starting lineup going up against Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, and you got Mr. Washington out there. I'm just going to throw his name out there. 221 projection for the Ass Kickers, 235 for Hurricane Walker. This lineup is going to be, now I will say this, Hurricane Walker is coming off a pitiful performance of 202 points, and that gave him 3 points off of the home field advantage, and he barely beat a Missouri Kings. The Ass Kickers coming off 227, beating the shit out of the Northsiders. Everybody, listen. This is a must-win for the Ass Kickers. A must-win for the Ass Kickers.
What do you mean by that?
That means that you are 1 and 2, and every week that window closes, and then you're
What
gonna
do you mean must win? No, you gotta explain that. Like you saying it's a must win. What does that mean?
That means that they have to beat the champ in order to get to 500, because week 5 and week 6 starts to get into bye weeks and things of that nature. Now, the Hurricane.
Let's not just keep running past this stop sign. So you telling me if you don't win, it's over?
Oh no, nothing's ever
it's
over.
Not a must. This is not a must-win game. Then I mean, what's so must-win about it? Like if you when you start putting that must-win on there, it means there's consequences if you don't. If you can still recover from 1 and 3, then it's not a must-win. I mean, it's a game that you would like to win. You don't want to dig yourself a deeper hole, but
that's the point.
Must-win.
This is a must-win. At the end of the day, you do not want to dig yourself, as you said, a deeper hole. As the weeks go on, that window gets small. That window to 8. Everybody remember this. The window to 8 gets smaller and smaller and smaller every week that you're not at 8. So you got to go out there and win the ones that you can. Hey, the ones that you can't, hey, it is what it is. But this is a must-win against the champ. To be able to give the champs their first loss this year would definitely vault a motherfucker in the rankings, cruise, thought process. And I'm just going to take over camera 1 right here. At the end of the day, this right here, you got Jordan Love going up against a shitty Dallas defense. Josh Jacobs is questionable, but I see him going out there doing big things in Dallas's defense. Jordan Mason, the guy that everybody told me I was crazy about, is out there doing right now. Malik Washington is in that starting lineup. Ladd McConkey's having a bad season so far. Devontae Smith, they ain't passing shit up in Philly with their tush pushing ass. Devontae Wicks is getting the start out there against the Dallas defense because we paid good money for him. On the other side, Josh Allen doing great things. Jahmyr Gibbs is ranked number 5 and averaging 21 points a game, but they going up against that Cleveland defense. Josh Jacobs got his money. He didn't do as well. He didn't score. His touchdown streak ended. BTJ with that quarterback of his that is trash is out there going up against the San Francisco defense. He will not get his money. James Cook going up against the Saints defense is going to go crazy. This is going to be a tight one. Defense is going to play a big part in this, but I see the ass kickers going out, beating the champs, giving them their first loss. So shout out to the ass kickers. Where we at? Here's their representative, baby.
All right, so you got this. First off, I believe Hurricane Walker's gonna win this. So that must-win shit. I think next week we'll be like, we fine, we okay. We just gotta make sure we win the next game. That's why I didn't want to hear that this is a must-win because I don't believe that it's a must-win. But you do want to win. I just don't believe you believe it's a must-win. When you say stuff like that, it's certain things that happen when you don't win. Number 2, Allen and Cook going against the Saints. They gonna eat. And they might both have 30 by the third quarter and shut it down. You just never know. Rome Odunze, he's becoming a wide. Where is he ranked right now? Number 3. He's a wide receiver 1. Number 3 in the fucking league. I mean,
22 points a game. That's a great quarterback. You got a great. Hey, I'm gonna eat my crow again. I ate my crow. I was very critical of Caleb, and when I'm wrong, because unlike motherfuckers that pussy hurt, I can admit when I'm wrong. I can admit when
you don't get a badge of honor for admitting you wrong. And I'm not gonna turn, I'm admitting I'm wrong into something like this a badge of honor. Here's the problem that I've always had with y'all and Caleb Williams. He's been right there with all the quarterbacks that y'all claim or was good as rookies. He was right there with them. The only difference was his team wasn't winning games. So if you're judging how good a player is based off his team's winning games, it shows that you ain't really putting in the work. You're doing lazy critiquing. Brian Thomas Jr. They going up against San Francisco in San Francisco. This is going to be his breakout game. He's got 25 targets this year, so he's getting the ball thrown his way. He's only got 7 catches. He hasn't been playing up to par. He's got to step his game up, and I think he will in San Fran. Tyler Warren. I didn't think Tyler Warren. Look, I thought Tyler Warren had a good year last year in college, but he was in college for 5 years, only had 1 good year. So I wasn't that high on Tyler Warren, but dude has came out and he real deal. You know what I'm saying? He looking like he the best wide receiver or the best receiving option in Indianapolis. So I like Hurricane Walker starting lineup. Top to bottom is nice. Now we go over to the other side, and I think it's gonna be problems. Listen, no shade to the Green Bay Packers. This looked like a trap game. Not a trap game as they could lose, but a trap game where it could be sloppy. Everybody's expecting them to come in and shit on Dallas. It's a Sunday night game. Basically what's supposed to happen is the Green Bay Packers supposed to come in, make Dallas look stupid for trading Micah, blah, 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 and they just look shitty. I would be very cautious. Not saying that Green Bay not going to win the game. Not saying Green Bay not going to look good. I would be very cautious. A lot of good things happen in them prime time Sunday night games. And let's be honest, man, Jordan Love is either really good or really bad. There's no in between with him sometimes. It's either he looks really, really good or he looks really, really bad. And that's just the thing of it. And he spreads the ball around. Give him that. He spreads the ball around. You never know what he's gonna. But I think it would serve him better if he had him a number one wide receiver, and then he could sprinkle in other guys. But him and this, I'm just gonna spread it around. We never know who's gonna be who. It's tragic. It's tragic for everybody, including Jordan Love. Only person that eats consistently in that Green Bay offense is Josh Jacobs. And let's just say it. Maybe we don't want to say it. Josh ain't been looking like he was last year. He looking like year 3 Josh Jacobs with the Raiders, where people was trying to move off him before he had his breakout year in year 4. Just saying. He ain't bad, but he definitely should I move him now and get some return? All right. So I'm just saying, for fantasy love, is tragic. Not as far as like his points. It's just you never know what you're gonna get. You don't know if it's Dobbs, you don't know if it's Wicks, you don't know if it's gonna be the tight end crowd. You just don't know, and it's terrible.
Anyway, the ass kickers go on to win, and
I ain't finished breaking down this team. Yeah, I got some stuff to say because here's what I'm going to listen. Let's throw some love. Jordan Mason can run the ball. He don't make catches. So Jordan Mason is basically Derrick Henry. And when he get those touchdowns, he looks nice. But he got to get the touchdowns to do it. They're going up against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh can be ran on. So Jordan Mason should do his thing. It's just, can he get in the end zone? Because if he don't get in the end zone, Jordan Mason can give you 98 yards or 15 carries. That's like 10, 11 points without bonuses and stuff if he getting first down. 10, 11 points. He got to get in the end zone. He's not catching no balls off the backfield. And until he start catching balls off the backfield, he just not that powerful without touchdowns. I think that was my biggest issue with him. He don't score touchdowns and he don't catch the ball off the backfield. All right. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not on the McConkey is in trouble train. I pitch it to you a little bit just to feel the temperature of the room. But I think McConkey's going to be all right. Look, McConkey, even when he was the main guy, it was 5 to 6 catches for 80 yards. If he got a touchdown, it made it look good. But him getting 15 points is right on par with what he does. 5 to 7 catches for 70, 80 yards. That's what McConkey do. It wasn't like McConkey was 100 yards, 10 catches, and that his rookie year. He was a consistent 5 to 7 catches for 80 yards. That's 12 points. You get a touchdown, it's 18 points. That was McConkey. That's what he does. The problem is Geno feeding Bowers. That's the issue. As far as Smith, I mean, the Eagles' offense is the Eagles' offense, and then you got Wicks. Again, I told you how I feel about Green Bay offense. Listen, I think this is going to be a good game. That's why I'm breaking down. Usually I'm breaking down all the players. Offensively, I think Hurricane Walker has the edge. I think he's got a big edge. But defensively, your defense is the shit. I'll give you that. I watch your defense, and a lot of double-digit all the way down. What I have noticed though with you chasing points. I've seen that. I've seen you've been chasing points. It's something
Where
I
am I
wanted
chasing
to.
points at?
Oh yeah. First off, you had the Green Bay stat with the kicker. Got rid of the kicker because the Colts kicker is like ranked number 2. I know he's ranked number 2. You picked him, he's still ranked number 2. So you went chasing them points. I seen you pick up Ed Oliver after week 1. Then he got hurt, so you never got to play.
Before you move over to the kicker, did McManus have a bad week?
No, listen, just let me prove my point.
My bad.
You picked up Ed Oliver after week 1 because he was the number 1 tight end. I mean, the number 1 defensive tackle. He ended up getting hurt, and then you went and picked up Calais Campbell because he was like a top 5 defensive tackle. He didn't perform. Now you're back to Ed Oliver. I noticed you picked up, you let Barton go, and you picked up Tremaine Edmonds. Tremaine Edmonds, he's a decent linebacker. He's never been that great, but he just had a 2 interception game, 23 points, ranked number 4. Whoop-de-doo, look who swoops in and picks him up. I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong, but it seems like you're chasing points. You see somebody have a good game, and then you go get them. That's what I'm saying. Now, listen, it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying things like you're chasing.
Well, we do what we forgot a free agency.
No. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just pointing it out that you could be chasing points. We'll see how it works out for you. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with that safety you just picked up. I mean, you've been a McKinney guy for the longest. Was McKinney having a bad year or something?
McKinney got a big interception last week. Now, the reason McKinney is still on the team is because he's Xavier McKinney. Now, the reason I picked up this Tyke Smith guy, he's a cornerback and a safety. So whenever I need a cornerback replacement, I can plug him. And currently, he's ranked number 5, and he's getting 11 points a game. So I think that's a good GM move.
Yeah, if he was playing him at cornerback, it would be. I mean, but you're playing him at safety. He just is they giving him that number 5 ranking because he's a cornerback that plays safety, or because he's a safety
that plays cornerback?
Yeah,
I don't know. 11 points a game from Tyke Smith versus 7 points a game from Xavier McKinney. What you doing?
I mean, listen, man. I'm looking.
That was a question.
I
11
see,
points
listen,
to 7 points. What you doing?
Like, I don't know. I'm like, he ain't. Listen, he got 11 point. I mean, week 1 he had 11 tackles, 13 points. Week 2, 6 tackles. Week 7, 7 tackles. I mean, I get the average and this and that, but when you look at the tackles, it ain't like he doing outside of week 1. He ain't doing nothing that McKinney ain't doing. You go look at McKinney and his tackles. Let me go look at McKinney. Week 1.
How many games have we had that have been lost by less than 3 points?
Listen, McKinney had a 6 tackle game, 6 tackle, 1 interception game. He had that one bad game against Washington that they blew him out when he had 3 tackles. Just saying. I mean, defenses, sometimes the game script changes. I ain't saying it's a bad move. Just saying it look like you chasing. And listen, maybe you don't feel as confident about your offensive guys, so you got to chase. And hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. Sometimes you got to swing for the fences. But if I was picking, well, I am picking, and I'm going Hurricane Walker. I think it's going to be a tight game, though. I think both teams get over 215. I think the winner of the game is going to be around 230. And I'm going to go with Hurricane Walker to hit 230.
That's what's up. So you saying the ass kickers is on par, because you said it's going to be a tight game. You saying the ass kickers is on par with the champs? That's neither here nor there. We'll get into that shit later. We're going to stay over here in that East versus that West division. I want to go with your favorite, my favorite co-host of the show, Sparks Bucks, against Missouri Kings. You got a 2-1 East Division, first of East Division. Sparks Bucks hit projected at 213. Lamar Jackson, Tony Pollard. On the other side, you got the 1-2 Missouri Kings with the home field advantage, projected to hit 206. Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield, and Chuba Hubbard. Who gets to start, Geno or Baker?
You gotta go with Baker.
You gotta go with Baker. Geno projected to hit more. Because remember what you tell me all the time, projections matter.
You gotta go with Baker.
Baker's questionable. You gonna go with Baker against the Philly defense versus Geno against the Chicago defense?
Yes.
Okay.
Baker like that.
All right. Baker's questionable, and he don't have his favorite target, Mike Evans.
Baker like that.
All right. Fuck it. I go with it. So, you said something about Tony Pollard at one time. Now, I will say this: the co-host Sparks Bucks has come and he was talking big shit. Now, Sparks Bucks is coming off of a win last week of 235 against Cheese the Don at 228, and he was hype. I'm talking, but I give this motherfucker flowers. That niggas came in there. This is the one thing, and I'm finna, excuse me, my brother, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take camera one for 1 second. This is the one thing I notice about you niggas, and I talk about this nigga too, and he's my co-host. And I say this about all you niggas. You motherfuckers get real chatty. And actually, I'm going to bring him back in because I want y'all to see his face. He's going to agree with me. These motherfuckers get real chatty on Tuesday when the motherfuckers win, don't they?
They do, but
they do. That's all I want to hear. So motherfuckers come in here and get real chatty. All you hoes that come out there come and getting real motherfucking chatty on a Tuesday morning. But we ain't heard from you motherfuckers the week before. So any motherfucker, y'all just understand, keep that same energy because, hey, this nigga in here, win or lose. We in this motherfucker in the group, win or lose. We got to be in there. But you motherfuckers go run and hide and get real busy. Huh?
I don't have a problem with them coming in after win, feeling chatty, wanting to talk about your
This
team.
is the thing. He don't have a problem now. He used to have a problem when he know he got a problem with it because he stood up there. He clowned them niggas for that shit. He does.
That was back in the day. It was, we was trying to get the league going. Listen, I want you guys to come in. Well, listen, I get it. Sometimes after a loss, you don't want to show up. Hey, it is a flaw. It is something that you can be clowned about. But hey, after win, you won. You want to come in and talk your shit? Come on. The chat room needs as much chatter as it can get. So bring it on. We get it. You know what I'm saying? But listen. We watching. So we, if your defense don't score 25 points like the Seattle defense did last week, is you really that team like that? Is your team?
Is you really that like nigga?
That? So if that deep, listen, I get it. Come on.
So who wins this? I personally got Bucks going out and doing their thing again. But the question is, because the Bucks, let's be real, it's been 3 weeks and we've had 3 different stinkers of the week, and nigga, you was one of them. So the question is the 235 Bucks the real Bucks, or is that one? Was it 167 or 164?
It was 167.
167, or is that the real Bucks? I guess we're going to find out, because I will say this. Missouri Kings is no slouch. Not only is Missouri Kings no slouch, they coming off their first playoff berth last year, and they beat motherfuckers that he used to be that team to be like, okay, I got this week, okay, boy, I got this. He not that nigga no more, so you got to take him serious. I got Bucks pulling it out, but...
I'm not a fan of Bucks squad. Like, Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson. Number one quarterback in the league.
This is what we talk about, them killers that he was always talking about. And that'd be funny as shit to me. Don't that be funny as shit to you, man?
I'm just being honest. I don't see it. And I'm not trying to do, like, people think I'll be picking on you. I think he think I'll pick on his team. I mean, listen, I like Waddle, but nobody in this league considers Waddle as a killer.
I'm gonna go right down the line. Lamar Jackson, killer.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard, killer.
No.
Look, Xavier Worthy, killer.
No.
Waddle.
No.
Zay
just had 3 points with Lamar Jackson. with Lamar Jackson, and that's what he does. Like they'll have a great game, and then he'll give you 3 points.
Laporta.
No, everybody like Laporte off his rookie year, but these last 2 years, if you go look at where he's ranked right now, he's 14. He's had
In
a
tight end.
14-point game, a 5-point game, and an 8-point game. Laporte ain't like it. Ain't Laporte ain't. He had that good rookie year, but he ain't the Kelce's, the McBride, the guys that we think. He's not a scorer. He's an average tight end. He was drafted as an average tight end who had a great rookie year, and now he's capped back down.
Rikoski Merritt. Bill. What about Bill?
Hell no, he didn't practice today. He not leading the team in carries. He's getting touchdowns that's making his day. If you go look at both of his games, all of his games this year, he had a touchdown in close that they didn't got into.
Pacheco.
And it barely got him in. It barely got him in double-digit leagues. And Pacheco, listen, man, he going on 12 straight games under double-digit points.
Now, lastly, before I get on, losing Tyrone Tracy, does that hurt? Was he a killer?
No, he was. Listen, Tracy looked like he was. I'll get this. In that Chiefs game, he did get the first 5 touches.
Mm-hmm.
So they was going with him, but you can feel like again, everybody seen Scaboo coming. After I think the second game of the year, you could just feel the energy of okay, this dude is coming. There's something here. So you knew it was coming. It's probably best that he got hurt because now he won't have to worry about do I start him or not start him.
Ryan Robinson Jr. just sitting there waiting on CMC to get hurt. And they're going to work it. We're going to get to him in a minute. So who you got? I'm going to get to the other side. Now, not Sparks, but Missouri Kings. We've watched this team. We watched this team go from one of what we used to laugh at, and he was the king of the cellar dwellers, to a bona fide contender for playoff action. Now, do you still see with the injuries? You got Baker questionable, Godwin questionable. Now, Baker don't have Evans, Jawan Johnson. Now, Jawan Johnson is the number 2 tight end in all the land, and I did not see that coming. And he was drafted in the 5th round. Khalil Shakur, he's ranked 50. He getting you 10 points a game. Darnell Mooney was that nigga last year for him, and he's ranked 93rd. What do you think? Has this team turned the corner, or what's going on with it?
I don't know what the Kings are. I know I'd be worried about Ramondre. He had those 2 fumbles. They said today in practice that the rookie Travion Henderson got first. He got reps. First reps. I think Gibson was 2nd and Ramondre was 3rd. I don't know, because once the bullets fly, it could go back. But I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the Kings exactly are. But if I was picking, I'd pick Bucks in this game. I just don't know what the Kings are. They showed up. I think the one win they got, they showed up. But
now the question is,
they consistently come. Put it like this: 2 of the 3 games they've been under 200, and they've looked bad. And so I could see them going under 200 again. They should have.
If Godwin can't go, who does he go with?
I think he's gone.
But I'm saying if he doesn't go, who we go with?
I mean, he'll go with either Bates or probably Bateman. But I think Godwin's going. They target him to come out week 4. This was the game he's supposed to come back, so that's why they didn't put him on IR. So
Troy Franklin, is he doing what? I like Troy. I think he's one of the ones that you was like, it's week 3. Give him time. I think Troy comes on, but as of right now, He
Troy let
averaged
him down,
12,
which is interesting.
solid
He let him,
numbers.
he let him down in week 3. I thought, he had 9 in week 2, which was ain't great. Then he had a 25, but then last week he let him down. Low key, and don't nobody want to say this because everybody want to shit on Caleb Williams, but low key, Bo Nix ain't been doing great this year. He ain't made that jump that we thought he was going to do based off how he finished last year.
You know what I just heard? You know what I just heard?
Bo Nix.
I fucked my cousin. I fucked Chuck.
Nobody fucks Chuck. I mean, because I'm not responsible for everything. But when Bo Nix was clowning the end of the season, it was not fuck Chuck. But now the next season, because Bo Nix having a bad year, I'm responsible for that.
Never said you was. I'm just saying. This is why we don't argue opinion. In my opinion, I'm saying
it's not an opinion when your opinion, like, you constantly changing your opinion, because it wasn't I fucked Chuck week 9 through week 16 last year. So how am I? You know what I'm saying? Oh, that was a good trade for Chuck then, but now, because Bo Nix ain't doing his thing, I'm responsible for Bo Nix. He's a Chuck. That dude is Team FFC. I'm not responsible for what Team FFC does.
You know what this is, people? This
That's
is
you trying to promote a false narrative.
Oh, the king of false narratives. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, people, we just gonna move on.
Yeah, let's just move.
I want to move on to Cheese to Don. I know it stings you a little bit when we call you Roy Bundy. Cheese to Don, coming off a brutal loss where you almost came back, and the final score was 235-228. You lost by 7 points. Now, when that third and that shit was a third and goal, fourth and goal from the 3, from the 2, and they didn't punch it in with Henry. That hurt. And I get it. It's that would have been the kicker for you, but you put out a great fight against Sparks Bus going out here. But this week, my guy, and it seems like Cheese to Don has a great team, and he's going to go out there and do great things, but he goes up against people when he gets their best shit. He's going up against a Gronk that is coming off Team of the Week. So shout out to the Gronk. The Gronk hit a second in the league team high of 271.99 points. We're going to call it 272. So shout out to the Gronk. The Gronk coming off 272, Team of the Week. Projected hit 221. You got Brock Purdy, Kyle Williams, and Dak Prescott. Who you get? Purdy or Prescott get the start?
You gotta wait and see the practice.
Gotta wait and see the practice. Right now we got Brock Purdy, but he is questionable. On the other side, Jalen Hurts, great trade. Derrick Henry, who let you down, and Stafford on the other side. So Jalen Hurts, of course, is getting the nod against that Tampa Bay. David Montgomery against that Cleveland defense. Now you got Gibbs and you got Montgomery going against this Cleveland defense. Do they eat? Who knows? DK Metcalf going up against the Minnesota defense. DK Metcalf is a freak of nature, but Minnesota's good. That's going to be interesting. Derrick Henry going to eat against KC. Cortland Sutton against Cincinnati. That secondary is pretty decent. Trey Tucker against that Chicago defense. Hey, we're going to see how that goes to Gronk. Purdy is questionable against the Jacksonville defense. He would eat if he starts. Kyron Williams from the Rams against that Indy defense. Does he eat?
Kyron Williams.
Kyron Williams, does he eat against Indianapolis defense? Yeah. Cam Scatbo against that Chargers defense. Does he eat? Ricky Pascal. Now, I was a critical Ricky Pascal. I don't know if that's good. Quentin Junkins against the New York City defense. Does he eat?
I don't know. We'll see. First off,
I personally have the Gronk pulling this out. I think they continue with their winning ways, and Cheese to Don goes 2-2. Gronk goes 3-1. Your world.
First, I want to say this. I don't feel sorry for Chiefs of Don losing in a close game. And the reason I say that, no, the reason I say that is because I was checking the numbers outside of the sorry ass fucking North, because they play each other. He's got the easiest schedule he's got a easier schedule than pretty much everybody in the league except for 3 teams out the North. So he's got 2 wins based off having the easiest schedule he could play. Everybody in this fucking league has scored, had at least 600 points scored on them. Cheese is at 591. Just about, again, except for the sorry ass fucking North. 3 out of the 4 teams in the North, real easy schedules. Barely anybody scoring. So, the one game that he does put up some numbers, he played a team that put up better numbers, and shit happens. As far as the lineup, he's making some moves. Cheese of Don. I like as far as the game go. I like Gronk, but he's making some lineup moves. Starting Trey Tucker this week, which is interesting. I think you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Trey Tucker, I think, can have 2 out of 3 good games. Well, he's ranked 4th. Yeah, he had a 14-point game week 1, which is pretty good, especially for him. Then he dropped back to a 5. Then last week he had 46, and that was all on his bench, so he missed that. But the last 2 weeks, even though the game where he had 5, he had 8 targets. Last week he had 9 targets. So maybe him and Geno got some spark. You got to run with that. You can't just let that sit there on your bench. I'm surprised Kupp getting the start, but they playing against Arizona. It's a Thursday night game. Kupp, and I don't know. You never know what you're going to get with Kupp. Kupp is the opposite, where he had 2 bad games, 1 good game. So
another Roy Bundy trade out there, people.
Kupp is no, it's not another nut. You stop it. I don't know why I think you say that because you haven't done any. Well, you did one trade where you fucked over your friend.
We're not going to go there.
Yeah, let's not go there. So, listen,
it was collusion.
Montgomery has a tough matchup against Cleveland. And Derrick Henry got a tough matchup against Kansas City. Derrick Henry has fumbled 1 time in every game this year. Him being 31, anytime he has anything that don't look right, you wondering, did this dude just fall off that cliff? So Derrick Henry is scared. He could still be Derrick Henry, seen it on that 1 run, but then we seen it where they gave him the ball twice inside the 1, and he got stuffed. He just got stuffed, and he's like, man, they stopping Henry like that, and it wasn't like a regular tackle. They pushed him back. Nah, you ain't leaning for it.
And David Montgomery ain't Derrick Henry, and Cleveland is. The Cleveland defense is true. They are real. They are real children.
Cleveland tough, but the Lions got a lot of weapons.
Weapons only decreases Montgomery's chance of.
That's what I'm saying. They got Gibbs. They got St. Brown, LaPorta, J-Mo, and they got Montgomery. So it's a constant, you know what I'm saying? If you focus too much on Montgomery, J-Mo, St. Brown will get you. If you try to bring everybody up against St. Brown, J-Mo gonna go deep. if you trying to fuck with St. Brown, J-Mo, and all them, Laporta might go off. And then Gibbs does it all. He can catch, he can run.
Yeah, she can run, block.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you focusing on Gibbs, next thing you know, you tired from chasing Gibbs, and Montgomery hit you. Montgomery had, listen, and this ain't no, I know.
Great draft pick by the ass.
Our co-host, you know, our co-hosts like to think I'm rooting against him all the time, but it's just facts. If Montgomery had a little bit more speed and he scored, then Cheese a Dime would be 3-0. But he didn't have that speed to make that touchdown. So that 70-yard run was just a 70-yard run. But if he scored, it'd have been 70 yards plus a touchdown plus the bonuses for going over 40, going over 50. That's a lot of bonuses. In our league, you do something like that, woo, he would have been in 240s. That's all. And that's just a fact. But he didn't do it, so it didn't happen. But we'll see if Purdy can go. Listen, the Jacksonville defense, y'all can say what y'all want. I know don't nobody respect Jacksonville, and you look at Jacksonville and you just think, but the Jacksonville defense is top 5 this year. That's NFL, that's fantasy, that's whatever. You do it however you want to do it. That's the top 5 fucking defense this year. That defensive line ain't no joke. They just lost Bosa. Y'all talk y'all shit, but Jacksonville going to San Francisco and they're going to win that game.
You don't
will Purdy play? Okay. We'll see on Sunday when we Jacksonville winning 3-1. We'll see if Purdy play. Pearsall. Listen, I wasn't high on Pearsall as a number 1 wide receiver. I thought he was a good player. I didn't know he'd be a number 1. Prove me wrong on that. He's looking like a bona fide WR1. Let's see where he ranked. He ranked 15, so he's right on that verge of getting into that top 12 to be a WR1. Quentin Johnson. That Quentin Johnson move was something. Because I'm be honest with you.
Hold on, I'm gonna give you camera 1 for this. Come on, come on, tell the people the truth.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I somewhat like Caleb Williams. I think Caleb Johnson. I think Caleb Johnson is a good corner piece for a team. But Quentin Johnson's been on a tear. Quentin Johnson was drafted to do what he's doing now. And it took him 3 years to develop. Hey, that's happened. Like I say, wide receivers, I'm beyond wide receiver, most rookies, but especially wide receivers. I think quarterbacks are probably the only one that you, especially nowadays, that you're not giving a full 3 years. But wide receivers, sometimes it's that 3rd year jump. Like you want instant impact. You want them to, if you don't get it that rookie year, you want to come out and have that sophomore big year, like, all right, yeah, now we turn around. But sometimes it do take that 3 years. I think after that 3rd year, that's when you discard them. I think a perfect example of that we used to do it was the Rams wide receiver. What's his name? Tutu Atwell. And his 3rd year, he came out, and it was kind of like this. It wasn't as powerful as this, but it came out. But then it tailed off because Puka Nacua emerged. And after that 3rd year, you throw him away. And nobody's really caring about Tutu like that. No. So, that was a good move. And if Scatbo is the real deal,
before we glaze across it, right now, snap judgment. Was it a good move today, as of right now?
Probably not. No, because it's probably he won't probably see any returns on Johnson till next year if he gets those returns. Johnston, he could have plugged and played in his line.
He put a lot of energy. He put a lot of shit.
I think that to me, that's what hurts the most. That he put in the time. He put in, he sat on his roster for 2.5 years. Gronk draft a rookie who wasn't performing and trades him, and now Gronk is reaping all the benefits.
Now, legit question. This ain't no hate to everybody think we be on the show, but we literally just calling the numbers, and we talking about something else. Not Hurricane Walker. New North Side is getting Jameson Williams or Quentin Johnson going to Gronk. As of right now, today, snap judgment, worst trade. Who has the worst trade?
It would still be, if you're talking about just that trade, would be
Sparks Bucks.
It would be Sparks Bucks, because he gave up a first and a second, and he gave it like, I'm giving you 2 draft picks
and top 5
and the best player in the trade. Out of Waddle, Pachenko, and Javonte Williams. Who's the best player?
Javonte Williams. And
I'm giving you picks.
Good picks. The
reason he gave up those picks because he thought he was getting he was A side. And when the trade went
other
down,
than that, you have to say I was a shitty GM. Either you say and tell the world I thought I was getting a better deal out the deal, or
he paid like he was getting the best players. He paid like, I'm getting Pachenko, I'm getting what I thought he got over on Chuck too. You gave him bullshit, Javonte Williams. You got Pachenko back, and you got what? You got the 2 best players in the trade. All Chuck got was draft picks. That's what I said. All Chuck got was a draft picks. Now it's looking like Javonte Williams was the best player, and this and that. And here's the thing, and I'll say this again. Yes, this is entertainment. Yes, I talk shit. I don't gotta be right about your team.
You do.
You got to be right about your team. I can pivot my opinion at any moment about your team from you won that trade to you lost that trade. And I just did.
What we've been saying for years, Roy, if I give you some advice and you take that shit, give you my credit. If you take my advice, that shit don't work out, you're a grown-ass man. Run your own fucking team. Who listens to me?
I was wrong, but you still got to live with your decision. I don't have to live with that shit. I just say, hey, I was wrong. Shit, look like Javonte.
And we do the next show. I was wrong. All right, we do next game.
Hey. So, listen, I think if Johnson, if this continues with Johnson, I think World Boss is going to hurt him long. As far as him being a contender, as far as him in his contender role, and running
this
shit.
To me likens the McBride trade for World Boss, and he's going to do everything he can after this season to get Quentin Johnson back the same way he did McBride. So again, I really personally think that Gronk goes ahead and pulls this out, coming out the team of the week. Chief Dedon goes 2-2. Gronk goes 3-1. Now we move on to the last game in the East and the North, the shit bowl of the week. The New North Side is 1-2 against El Patron, the last place in the goddamn 0-3. El Patron 217 projected. Jonathan Taylor having a great season. Dobbins, decent season. Penix, I'm hearing through the grapevine that Penix might get benched this week. On the other side, you got Javonte Williams, the subject of the last discussion. Bo Nix and Patrick Mahomes. Who gets to start this week, Mahomes or Nix?
He gonna start Mahomes. He not starting Nix at all. I think Mahomes is his guy. I think he not getting rid of Mahomes. I tried to trade. I tried
Mahomes
to trade.
Isn't the Mahomes that was 2 years ago. Now, I personally, this time, I see, but El Patron has had the injury bug. I think this year El Patron has had not only the injury bug, but he may potentially kind of have a scoring problem. He hit 228 last week. The week before, I think he was real low. But Taylor's not going to get you 36 points every week. A.J. Brown's not going to get you 25 every week. And Tampa Bay's defense is not going to get you 20 every week. So if you take each one of those and just cut them in half, and you go 18, 15, what is that, 14 and a half, 12 and a half, and 10, you've taken him back down. He's below 200.
Yeah, that. I don't want to do that because then that's assuming that Michael Penix is gonna get him 5 every week.
Well, I'm here, like I said, but folks that don't know, we can go ahead and say out this. We all know the story. Roy grew up next door. This, that, and that. I talk to Moan every morning, probably just as much as Roy talks to Moan every morning, and I'm hearing again from great sources that Penix might be done as the quarterback for the El Patrons.
That would be
I
it.
believe that he's gonna go with the guy down in New Orleans. Who was that? Spencer Rattler.
I think that'd be a mistake, but it's not my squad. But I think that would be a mistake, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, he ain't had 2 bad games back to back, but
he needs to win. Going down 0-4, is that a death sentence?
Rattler's ceiling is 15 points, 17 points. You know what I'm saying? Rattler ain't. I don't like Rattler's ceiling. You can't. I wouldn't. Ain't no way I'm starting. I just ain't do it. He'd have to fall flat on his face for me to do it.
I do like Penix against Washington's defense, though. I'm not going to stun on that.
I just think you got to go Penix. I mean, if he don't, yeah, I think it's a bad move. I think it'd be like, listen, every time I do something, my guy go off, and then you'll be complaining about that. Every time I make a move, then he go off, and then when I switch it back, he don't. Blah blah blah. This is a get right.
to 193. New Northside projected to hit 193.
It's a get right game. New Northside don't got enough horsepower unless his defensive players go off, or his team defense has one of those 20-point games and stuff like that.
New Northsiders is a team you do not lose to, and the one. Never mind.
I think this is the game where he gets back on his feet. This is definitely his win. You take his win. His problem. Listen, Marvin Harrison Jr.
has a quarterback problem.
I don't know if it's a quarterback problem because he had 2 big, wide open drops. I'm talking about like get you kicked out of the league type drops. I don't know if it's in his head or what. Like, you know what I'm saying? After I seen those 2 drops, I was like, wow, like, goodness gracious, those were terrible. I mean, those were really bad. They got to figure out something in Arizona. It's got to get better for him in Arizona. Outside of that, man, I'll say this. El Patron, if you look at his team from top to bottom and his bench, he got a lot of good players, man. A lot of good players. He can get right. You know what I'm saying? It's like AJ Brown. You know what I'm saying?
Say this every year, though.
No, AJ. Listen, who wouldn't take AJ Brown? I get it. It's just when he has those bad games, it's be the games that El Patron need the most. But I mean, AJ Brown, like nobody's saying, nah, I don't want AJ Brown. Nobody's saying, let me check it real quick. Nobody's saying, he must be at home. Hold on, I can't find that game. Okay, yeah, nobody. J-Mo. When J-Mo has good games, you know what I'm saying? But J-Mo's one of them guys where he gonna have a game where he scores 7, 6, but then he'll have a game where he scored 21. You know what I'm saying? J-Mo is a good player. Dobbins, average, he been doing this thing. He ain't been a problem. Hockenson they trying to figure out that team with that QB. Carthy's hurt. Now they're going Wentz. You know what I'm saying? And then Golden is part of that Green Bay offense that I just told you about. But then you go look on his bench. Is Burden, Burden, week 1 target, week 2 targets, week 3 targets. For that week 3, he went off because he had 101 yards plus a touchdown. So is Burton coming along slowly in that offense? I think Woody Marks, that running back for the Texans, eventually he's going to take over. I
You think
believe
so?
that. I believe that. And then this little Seattle wide receiver, Torrey Horton. I don't know if he's got the balls to start him, but he's been showing some good signs in that Seattle offense. He's been showing some good signs. You know, he had a terrible week one, but 12 in week two, 20 in week three. I think he had a kickoff return for one.
Adonai Mitchell, though, you drafted him and you kept him as a keeper.
Yeah, he hasn't stepped up. He hasn't stepped up. I mean, those things happen, but you also got Calvin Austin, who is he iffy. Sometimes like, he had two out of three games been double digit games. Do you start him? When Watson come back, do you start him? Like he's got a good team, but he just don't have. He got a starting lineup. They ain't been on all together at the same time. You know, it just Penix had two bad games. I think if Penix don't have those two bad games, we look at his team completely different. I would stick with Penix. I wouldn't go away from him. But listen, El Patron. I don't think El Patron had to flop again. He'd have to flop. I think El Patron to get over 200. I don't think the New Northsiders is a 200-point scoring team. The fact that they did it one time, I think it was against you. That was the only time they did it. Matter of fact, let me check.
The last time they only did it against me because other time they beat the team with the stinker of the week.
Yeah. They were 176. They did against Bucks. I'm sorry. That's when they got Bucks ad. So yeah. 223 against Bucks, 194 against you, 176 against Chiefs. Think he's an under 200 point scoring type team. So this should be El Patron's first win, and then we'll see how he goes from here. Can he get himself back on track?
If for some reason El Patron loses to the New Northsiders, is it panic time?
I don't know, because El Patron is a different type of fantasy player. So
I didn't say he was gonna do anything. Is it panic time?
I don't know. Like again, he's a different type of fantasy player.
All right. So let's move over to the North versus the South, the Civil War, the war between the states. However you want to look at it, and I am going to go ahead and start off with the number 2 team in the South Division, number 2 team in all the land, and the number 1 scoring team against the worst scoring team in the league. You got the Black Republicans 1-2. Shout out on your first win last week, my niggas. And you got 2-1 on they loss last week. The team commits 243 projected. Caleb Williams, 22 big points. That nigga came off a great week. A-Chain is going damn crazy. And of course, the Russian leader, Saquon Barkley. On the other side, you got Ashton Genty looking like hot garbage. Then you got Kyler Murray, who I am not a fan of with his short ass. Bucky Irvin. Great pickup, my nigga. I call it wild. You got 205 to 243. Black Republicans, your favorite, your puppet, your protector, your protectee. 41%, 59%. Who wins this game, sir?
I got
I'll tell you who win this motherfucking game. The goddamn team commish, because that's what the fuck they do. Nigga, you are the last torn team in the league. You got a cool ass, lucky ass win last week, nigga. And I'm good with that, nigga. You 1-2, we all 1-2. Like this nigga said, we all even. But your ass is still the last scoring team in the league. And to quote the world lost, nigga, you still Wilson. Don't get it confused. You finna get your shit pushed in by this nigga over here, and that's just what it is. And I'm gonna be quiet, and I'm gonna cut my mic off and let this nigga talk to your ass.
You being ridiculous. That's your way of trying to get your little knocks in because you at war with Wilson. Don't don't deny the war that you are in with him. This is still listen. We got our projections matter to me. Projections matter, folks. So we come in with about a 30-point lead or so, 240 to 206. Now, I do have problems. I do have worries of concern. St. Brown is going up against that Cleveland defense. We don't know. Again, the Lions got a lot of weapons. So
shut the fuck up. I'm gonna give you camera one. Let
the
you
Lions. No,
but
let
I
me
want you to
finish.
look
The
at the
Lions.
people.
No,
I want you to look at the people dead in their eye and tell them that you have concerns about this game.
I have concerns about this game. Okay. Again, if you let me finish, we got the Lions defense. I mean, you got the Lions playing Cleveland's defense. Cleveland defense has shut down Jamar Chase, held him to 2 points. They've shut down everybody in Green Bay. You try to, they stopped his little touchdown run. Nigga had like 60 yards. He had, I think, some catches that made it a respectable 13. But you see 13 with Josh Jacobs, and you like, oh man, he killing me. So don't act like playing against Cleveland don't hurt. Cleveland has shut down. They held Henry to 3 points. They held Jamar Chase to 2 points. So listen, if I get 2 points from St. Brown, that's a problem. And Trey Benson wasn't an issue when he had Connors taking half the snaps. But now he's the fucking number one because Connor gets hurt. The week he plays me, Connor breaks his fucking leg. So now I have to deal with the full out Trey Benson. Now they playing Seattle on a short week. Maybe I get lucky there. We'll see. But Trey Benson is a issue. We'll see how Genty does. So far, Jenny ain't been scoring in double digits. If he stay under double digits and don't have, he's always a scare for a breakout game because he's the number one pick. If he break out like Hampton broke out last week and had 27, I'm fucked. So don't act like if you wasn't playing him, you wouldn't be worried about, you wouldn't be, Genty ain't going to do shit. No, you still, there's that threat. Kyler Murray, Look, I think if I can get 220, 230, I don't think he can score. I don't think he got the firepower to score 230. He barely got it. Huh?
Has he scored anywhere close to that?
No, he hasn't been over 200.
I'm sorry?
He hasn't been over 200. But as much as I clown and shit on him, listen, most of these teams, like Matrix, I'll even say Missouri Kings, a lot of these teams that's scoring over 200 who haven't been over, they only been over 200 once, is because somebody from their defense had an awesome game. So if the Raiders defense decide all of a sudden they want to run 2 kickbacks back or get an interception, pick 6, the week they play me, it could be a problem. That's something you can't predict or control with defense. Like you can usually say, these offensive guys ain't going to step up. But them defensive guys, it's hard to say. Like he picked up a fucking cornerback who scored 15 points, who hadn't been doing shit. He picked him up on a humbug. And
I will definitely say that was a great pickup. And that's what won him the game. I said that on the last show. He picked him up on a hum and it won him the game.
Yeah. So I got us winning. I don't think I'm not trying to make this out to be a West Coast. I do have my concern especially with CD being hurt. You know what I'm saying? I do have my concerns here and there. We'll see what Kraft do up against
T-Max questionable. Dalton Kincaid has been having a great season. He's 6. Eli Kamara been doing his thing at 39. Hey man,
And that's another guy who stepped up. You know what I'm saying? But
I still
we'll
think he
see.
got a quarterback problem. Personally,
What's Kyler ranked?
14.
They're a top 16 team. That's top of it's 32 teams. So he's
Tootin
top.
ain't doing shit for him. At the end of the day, fucking team commission goes on to win. Let's
We
go.
should win. Listen, if we lose, that's a major upset. We
Oh,
should
nigga, you
win.
gonna hear about it on the
No,
motherfucking
no,
show.
it's a major upset. We should win. Uh,
Because that is definitely on the list of teams you should lose to.
yeah, he ain't scored over 200 points. So either he had an amazing day or some went completely wrong on my side.
Hmm. Let's move over to the New York City Matrix, 2-1 against 1-2 U City Line, fourth in the division against first in that North, 209 versus 234 projection. CMC, they gonna work you. Justin Herbert, Jalen Warren, Myers up top, Goff, and Neighbors. Neighbors having a great season. I'm surprised that
Yeah.
they benching
I don't know about great.
Russell Wilson, but listen, I know I'm gonna
And
go
this
ahead and
because he ain't been throwing it to Neighbors. When Neighbors ain't had a great season. Neighbors had one great game against Dallas.
Neighbors
The
ranked
other two
number
games,
7, and he's questionable.
the other two games was eh. That's why I said lost last week because Neighbors had 5 points.
True. Devontae Adams questionable. Neighbors is questionable. They could cancel each other out. I honestly, this is gonna sound fucked up. I know y'all gonna think this motherfucker out here hating, and I fucks with the U City line. Shout out to Brian, my nigga. But I'm running with the New York City Matrix. I ain't even gonna break this down. I'm gonna go ahead and let you have it. I see your face. I'm gonna go ahead and let the people have it. But listen, people, before I turn it over to my guy, your guy,
Wait. Why do you think the Matrix gonna win? He's already a 20 point underdog. What is it about the Matrix that you can see he gonna pull this off? After come let's not forget he just scored 163 points, which is the lowest point total for anybody this year.
he's
What makes
definitely
you
coming
think?
off the stinker of the
What
week.
makes you think this is week against one of the better projected teams in the league?
Said lost last week to the lowest scoring team in the league. And when you are a team like said, as you say, a team you don't lose to, going up against the lowest scoring team in the league, that is you as a need win for that. And said you dropped the ball on that. 163 is atrocious. It's fucking sad. And it is the lowest point total of this season here. And you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be damn ashamed of yourself. That is fucking disgusting. And any New York nigga worth they weight in Tim's would be disgusted with you. Because you, sir, are the stinker of the week with 163.8. Lower than the Black Republican stinker of the week. Lower than Sparks Bucks Lord Hate stinker of the week. You are the league 2025 current leader for stinker of the week, and you, sir, are trash for that. But
Why you did all that and still ain't told me why you think he can win this game? You think he gonna outscore Brian?
it's a bounce back game, my nigga.
So you think he gonna outscore Brian?
That's why I picked him to win, nigga.
Anyway, listen, we ain't gotta break this down. Brian's gonna win this game. Brian, this is I think listen, I've been trying to help Brian rebuild this team.
Here
that he
comes the
has.
shameless plug, people, that I've
It's not a shameless plug. I've been trying to help him rebuild his team. He's got a old team that is slowly breaking. I've never seen nothing like this in this league before. Eckler gone. Harris gone. Connor gone. I mean, every week he losing somebody. You know.
So you asked me again, why can I think that said I'm sorry.
Listen, it don't matter who he lose when he playing against said. And this is my point. The fact that he losing, most people would panic and be like, I need to get younger. Let me get rid of my these old players and trade them. Brian's not doing that because he sees who's on his fucking schedule. He's got he's got the whole fucking North Division. They don't have a team in that division. Listen, they don't have a team in that division that's scoring that's got a 210 projection or higher. And if you watch the league, like I watch, some of y'all guys watch your team, and all you care about is your team. But I watch everybody in the league, and I see all y'all pregame projections, and 90%, let's take 85. No, let's go 90. 90% of this fucking league is coming in under their projection every week. It's only 2 or 3 teams that gets over, usually the team of the week, and maybe 1 or 2 teams under them hits over their projection. Everybody else are below their projections, even if they having a good game. But if you projected to do 235 and you score 229, you coming in under your projection. All them fucking teams from the North every week come in, except for said that one game where he did 233 or 236 or some shit. Outside of that, everybody's under their projection. So you score 210, you win against anybody in the North. You score 210, you win. And no way said ain't getting one. He might not do 163, but he ain't doing 210. I think his projection is like 209. He ain't doing that.
Said his 216. Mark it down, people. Write it down. I said it. 216.
We
may still lose, but he gonna hit 216. You City Lions goes on to 2-2, get back to 500. According to him, New York City Matrix go to 2-2. They get to 500. I personally got the Matrix winning with 216, and that's just the way it goes. So we move on to, I'll let you call it People's Champion Chivo Burgers or the World Lost in Broad Street.
We can do a world. You
was gonna say it. I always got that motherfucker.
We can do a World Boss and Bullyfoot. I think that's probably gonna be the closest of this East versus
you crazy than the mother.
North versus North.
It's gonna be People's Champion Chivo Burgers gonna be the closest. But we go World Lost. World Lost 1 and 2 third in that South Division. 1 and 2 Broad Street Bullyfoot third in that North Division, and we got 208 Tyler Lawrence. Lawrence trash. Tyreek Hill 15 points and Ward for 15 points. On the other side, you go Marion Hampton 18.6. Bijan Robinson. Bijan is currently ranked the number 4 running back in all the land. Jaden Daniels, does he come back?
Think he practiced at limited. I think he'll go.
All right, so Jaden Daniels gets the nod. So on the flip side, 236 to 208. Does the World Lost go out here and do something with the Broad Street Bullyfoots? We got a former champion versus a 2-time champ. Trevor Lawrence is trash. Jaden Daniels questionable. Omarion Hampton had a breakout game. He's still ranked number 21. Travis Etienne at 9. Who has a better game? Etienne against San Francisco or Hampton against New York?
They both. I think they both score about 20 points. Etienne, look, ain't nobody scared of San Francisco. Ain't nobody scared of. They undefeated, but they just lost Joey Bosa. Nah, they ain't. They going up against a real defense against the Jaguars, and our offense is gonna come to play. Etienne is one of the top 5 rushing leaders in the league right now. That's facts.
Facts.
And Trevor Lawrence gonna step up. You seen how he stepped up against Houston? You know what I'm saying? The game was tied.
CJ Stroud.
The game was tied. What?
CJ Stroud is trash. And Houston.
Anyway, the game was that. What they got to do with the game being tied 10-10? Trevor Lawrence with a strike to
Blade session, people.
No, Trevor. This is what happened in the game. Well, you don't want to talk about what happened? It was a strike to Brian Thomas and Robinson for a touchdown. That's how you win the game. Big time quarterback is Trevor
Tyreek
Lawrence.
Hill or Terry McLaurin. Tyreek Hill against New Jersey defense. Terry McLaurin
ain't
against
gonna play.
that
McLaurin
stout Atlanta secondary plus Terry hurt. Does he play?
No, I don't think he plays.
Terry doesn't play. Does that hurt? Who does he go with if Terry doesn't play?
He probably go.
Goddard?
Go with
Sanat?
Goddard. He might go with Goddard. I don't think he's gonna go with that rookie, and I don't think he's gonna go with
He's
Boutte.
been talking that shit about that rookie all damn day.
Oh, you're excited. He's excited about him. He think
You know
he
who
got
don't
something.
play? You know who don't play? Caleb Johnson. Caleb Johnson, you traded away a motherfucker that's gonna get you 15 to 20 for a nigga that's getting you 1.9, not even 2 points a game. Caleb Johnson ain't starting.
All rookies ain't for their rookie year. This is a dynasty. You draft these guys, and if you need them to play your rookie year,
Glaze. I'm sorry.
if you need your rookie, if your team ain't shit because you can't start your rookie, then your team wasn't shit in the first place. You don't believe that you get that rookies or that you build your team with good young players?
I'm not finna debate this again with you, sir. We've already had this debate. We've hashed this out with you, him, and all that nigga.
So you don't believe
who wins the game?
World Boss is gonna win. It's probably gonna be. Listen, Trevor Lawrence.
Does he hit 236?
No.
216. Mark it down.
Yeah, no. He might hit 230. Listen, he was at 250, but he said right in his projection he's taking a 0 for McLaurin because I don't think McLaurin's gonna play. But before, when McLaurin had his projection, this guy was at a 250 projection.
How many times has he hit his projection this season?
I don't know, maybe once.
Maybe once. So
He's the best. He's the only player in this league who has scored over 220 every week. It ain't like he had a week where he scored 177. Last week, even though one of my players got hurt, I still managed to get 211. But that's not 220. You know who has scored 220 every week? Not the champ, not me, definitely not you. But you know who has? World Boss. So, but at the end of the day,
it's wins and losses. Guns and butter. It's guns and butter.
Listen, I shouldn't jinx us, but I'm gonna jinx us if there's a jinx to be had. We almost pulled it off last year against the East. We went 15-1. But this year against the North, including my guy Brandon, we going 16-0.
Wow.
We win every game against the North. They lose every game against the South. Every game.
So we finish out with the 2-1 People's Champ against the 2-1 Chibo Burgers. Shout out to Chibo Burgers. I'm praying for you, my nigga. So 221 against 209. CJ Stroud, trash. 27th ranked, and it's only 60. Never mind. Nico Collins, Justin Jefferson, which was a decent trade for you. Justin Jefferson is getting you 13 points, 27. I'm not saying he's doing his thing, but he's still Justin Jefferson. Jamar Chase, number 10 running back in wide receiver in all the land. You got Justin Fields, Puka Nacua. I think the People's Champ is going to go with Justin Fields again. Does he change up? Who's up next? Does he got Justin Fields, but Justin Fields is questionable. I don't know. I am going to say I honestly like People's Champ in this only because I like their matchups. Justin Fields against Miami, RJ Harvey against Cincinnati. Emeka Egbuka, this is going to be his real challenge, his first real challenge. And Emeka Egbuka, number 17.8 points, ranked number 11. Puka against Indiana, he going to get his money. Jamar Chase, Denver's defense is tough. Denver defense is tough. Juwan Jennings is questionable. JSN, Kyler Pitts, Nico Collins, Drake London, Chase Brown. Chase Brown getting you 10 points a game. That's not what you wanted him for. Travion Henderson, I think he has a breakout game against the Carolina defense, and he's going to get some good points. I got People's Champ edging this, and I'm going to call the score 216 to 219, edging out by the People's Champ. I think Chibo gets under his projection.
I'm a big fan of People's Champ, but they ain't scoring no 219. I know they had a good game last week. They ain't scoring no goddamn 219.
Revisit this on the next show.
People's Champ is hurting. They hurt. And they gonna ride it out. I give them their props. They can listen. They division's trash. This might be the first. This might be the first division that gets a playoff team in at 6-8. It wouldn't be the first. It happened long time ago. I want to say 2015. The ass kickers made the playoffs at 6-8. They was trash.
Did they? At 6-8? Nah.
Yeah, he was 6-8.
Shit, I'm gonna go look at that. Go ahead, keep on putting your spill. I'm gonna give you camera one while I go look at this shit.
Yeah, 2015. Chibo Burger should win this easily. He's got to get him, I think, a defensive end. Once he gets himself well, I'm sure by Sunday he'll pick up a defensive end because Joey Bosa got hurt. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I just listen.
Listen up, people. In 2015, the ass kickers went 8-6 and made the playoffs.
You
so
sure?
No, that didn't happen. And they finished, I want to say, third their first year in the league. So no, they didn't go 6-8 and make the playoffs. They went 8-6 and finished third. But back to you.
Anyway. Yeah, I got Chibo Burgers win. I just don't believe in any of the North teams, including Brandon's squad. I just don't think they're good enough to win. And it'll show come these next 3 weeks going up against the South. I just don't think none of these teams is good enough.
Saying that anybody that like Brandon, he's 2-1. You're saying over the next 3 weeks that at the end of these next 3 weeks, he will be under 500 at 2-3.
Yeah, we're going 16-0 against a division. We got 3 games.
Black Republicans 1-4. That will make the Matrix 2-3.
Well, we got our first 3 games against them. Then we go play the
West,
and then we got that last game, week 11 against the East. Against the North, and then we go back into division play. So over the next 3 weeks, they all gonna lose. So nobody's gonna gain any ground in that division. Nobody's gonna lose any ground. Nobody's gonna gain any ground because they're gonna lose to every team in the North. That's what I'm calling. We'll see.
That being said,
we'll be here every week to say. I'm sure if I'm the one that lose, everybody will remind me.
Yeah, you know what? That's the one thing about this, y'all. Listen, we do this shit. Roy goes out there. He puts the rankings together. He keeps up with the bragging rights and shit like this. We do this show twice a week after a hard day's work for you people, and we do this because we love the league and we doing this shit for the league and shit. But understand, it's a lot of backline shit for this. So at the end of the day, the shit talking is what it is, but we do this for the people. And I personally, it's because you got to go back out there when you make these claims. You got to be able to look at the people in the mirror and either say, "I told you so," or I was wrong. But what you say all the time, the new thing is, I don't have to be right about your team. What?
Yeah, you got to be right about your team. I don't got to be right about your team. Like, listen, I think we gonna go 16-0. But
and if y'all go 14-2,
Yeah,
We
you can
still gonna
talk
go on to the next game.
shit to me. You can talk shit to me, especially if it's my team is the one that lost. One of your teams beat mine, one of these teams beat me, and I'm the one that's saying we're going 16-0. Oh yeah, give it to
Oh
me.
yeah, and
I'm ready
because
for it.
we do this and we are the face of this shit, we go out here and not only do we talk our shit in the chat room, we go out here, we talk our shit live on cam, and we gotta stand on that shit. The rest of you niggas just out here just stalking and talking that bullshit, but we gotta go out here and face the people and stand on our words. So I give this motherfucker credit because he goes out and he makes his bold predictions and to go out there and say to the people, look in the cam and say, I'm finna tell you motherfuckers, I'm going 14-0 and willing to stand on that shit, that take nuts. And the rest of you motherfuckers, I asked the same thing he asked the motherfucker, can you guarantee 8 wins? Motherfuckers don't want to talk. Hey, can you go ahead and guarantee you get 200 points? Motherfuckers can't stand on that, but we got to go out here and stand on that shit every week for you motherfuckers. So I'm going to end it like that. And hey, shout out to my nigga, my co-host, to go out there and do his thing. So we finna go ahead out. You got something to say to the people on the way out, dog?
This should be a good game. Listen, you're gonna know a lot about your team over the next 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? You know what your division is, but now you're finna go out here and face other divisions, and you're gonna get to see what you match up against the league. These are teams that you're gonna possibly see in the playoffs if you're good enough to make the playoff. And so you're gonna get to see how you match up against these teams or not, because your division is a little different from the East is different from the West. The North is different from the South, and you're gonna see the difference. So don't let we talk shit. We get it. 1-2 is 1-2.
Rubber meets the road.
2-1 is 2-1. But now you finna see is your 1-2.
Is your 2-1 different than my 2-1?
Yeah, because now you playing, you know what I'm saying? You playing cats that either came out of a strong division or you didn't came out of a weak division, and you finna play a strong division. And you finna see the difference. Like, ooh, if I was in that division, I might not be 1-2, or I might not be 2-1 because I'm playing against killers.
The only good move is what?
It's the right move. The only
At
good
the end
move.
of the day, y'all sit here and listen to us talk our shit. If you take our advice, I want you to give us our credit. But if you take our advice, that shit don't work, you a grown ass man. Run your own fucking team. Who listens to us, right?
Hey, that's how it is. That's how it must go.
So from me to you, you to yours, this is me. Take them out, Roy.
Peace.